students, welcome to the next video of inverse Laplace transform. In previous video we had discussed about the inverse Laplace transform and properties of inverse Laplace transform. So mainly we had discussed about two main properties of inverse Laplace transform, that was linearity property and first shifting property. Now today we are going to use that property while solving the example. So let's see the example. So the first sum is find the inverse Laplace of 2 upon s minus 3 the whole square plus s upon s square minus 9. Okay. So first we are going to use the linearity property, and by linearity property we can write this as 2 will take constant, then inverse Laplace of 1 upon s minus 3 the whole raised to 4 plus inverse Laplace of s upon s square minus 3 square. Okay. Now by first shifting, in first we are going to apply the first shifting property. So by first shifting we can write this as 2 into e raised to 3t into, this will be 1 upon 1, let me clear the screen, 2 into e raised to 3t, because here it is minus 3, so I am writing here e raised to 3t into t raised to 4 minus 1 upon 4 minus 1 factorial, plus this is the formula, this is the Laplace of cos h 3t, so inverse will be cos h 3t. Now in first term 2 e raised to 3t into, this is what, this is t raised to 3, 4 minus 1, so t raised to 3 upon 3 factorial, 3 factorial is 6, so t cube upon 6 plus cos h 3t. So that means by cancel out this we get 1 upon 3 e raised to 3t into t cube plus cos h 3t. Okay. Then second example, inverse Laplace of s upon s plus 3 the whole square. So inverse Laplace of, here what we are going to do, we are adding and subtracting 3. So s plus 3 minus 3. So that will be s plus 3 upon s plus 3 the whole square minus 3 upon s plus 3 the whole square. So s plus 3 and 1 s plus 3 cancel. So inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 3. Okay, minus 3 inverse Laplace of, this is what, 1 upon s plus 3 the whole square. So here I am directly applying the formula. This is the Laplace of e raised to minus 3t. So inverse Laplace will be e raised to minus 3t. Then minus 3. Then here it is shifting. So first I have to remove this shifting. So for that I am writing e raised to minus 3t. Then this will be 1 upon s square. And 1 upon s square, inverse Laplace will be t raised to 2 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1 factorial. So that will be e raised to minus 3t, this term, minus 3 e raised to minus 3t into t upon 1. So e raised to minus 3t common, so 1 minus 3t. Okay, so that is the inverse Laplace. So here first we added and subtracted 3, then we separated the terms, and then we used the linearity property, and then we use the shifting property. Okay. Now let us see the next example. Inverse Laplace of s plus 1 upon s square plus s plus 1. Okay. So what I am going to do, I am going to finding the third term. So I will find the third term and will add that third term in denominator. So denominator third term will be 1 upon 2 into coefficient of s, which is 1 the whole square, so that will be 1 upon 4. So I am adding and subtracting 1 upon 4. Okay. Now this will write this, because of this I am able to write this denominator as whole square form. Now the denominator will be s plus 1 upon 2 the whole square plus 3 upon 4 the whole square. Okay, so that is the that is why I am finding this third term. Because of this I am able to write this like in whole square form. Okay, so after writing in whole square form, next is, let me clear the screen. Yeah, so I have written this as whole square form, s plus half the whole square. Similarly I am writing this numerator also. So here this one I am writing as half plus half. So then I am separating this terms, numerator terms. So it will be s plus half upon s plus half the whole square plus root 3 upon 2 the whole square plus 1 upon 2 into inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus half the whole square plus root 3 upon 2 the whole square. Okay. Now I am taking e raised to minus half t because here it is s plus half. Okay. So that means I have to do the shifting property. I have to remove that shifting property. So by removing the shifting property, I will get e raised to minus half t into the remaining term is Laplace of cos root 3 upon 2t. So inverse Laplace will be e raised to minus half t into cos root 3 upon 2t plus half as it is. Then here again first I have to remove the shifting. So e raised to minus half t, then into, this is the Laplace transform of sin at. So for that I have to write 1 upon a. So 1 upon root 3 upon 2 into sin at. So sin root 3 upon 2t. Okay. So by simplification we get e raised to minus half t into cos root 3 upon 2t plus 1 upon root 3. Okay, this 2 will be cancelled out. So it will be 1 upon root 3 sin root 3 upon 2t. Okay, so that is the inverse Laplace transform. See the next example. Here function is given as 3s plus 7 upon s square minus 2s minus 3. Okay, so mainly to solve the inverse Laplace transform we are going to use partial fraction method. So what we are going to do here, we are going to find the partial fraction of this term. So first for that we have to find the factors of denominator. So factors of denominator will be s minus 3 into s plus 1. Okay, so after factorizing the denominator, next I have to write this in partial fractions form. Now since the factors are linear, non-repeated, that's why the partial fraction will be a upon first factor plus b upon second factor. Now by cross multiplying we get a into s plus 1 plus b into s minus 3 upon s minus 3 s plus 1. Now both the side denominator is same, so that will cancel out. So we get 3s plus 7 equal to a into s plus 1 plus b into s minus 3. Okay, so this is the equation. After getting this equation, first I will put s as 3. So when I substitute s as 3, then equation will be 3 into 3 plus 7, which is equal to a into 3 plus 1. So we get value for a. So a is 4. Then we substitute s as minus 1, and by substituting s as minus 1 I will get the value for b, and b is minus 1. After getting a and b value, I will put this a and b in this partial fraction. So we get this as 4 upon s minus 3. Okay, then plus minus minus 1 upon s plus 1. Now I will find the inverse Laplace. So inverse Laplace of 3s plus 7 upon s minus 3 into s plus 1, that will be same as inverse Laplace of 4 upon s minus 3. So 4 is constant. So that will come outside. Inverse Laplace of 1 upon s minus 3. Then minus 1. Inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 1. So 4 into inverse Laplace of 1 upon s minus 3 is e raised to 3t. And inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 1 is e raised to minus t. Okay, so this is the inverse Laplace. So what we are doing here, we are solving the inverse Laplace by using partial fractions. See one more example. Again we are going to use the partial fraction to solve the example. So question is 2s plus 1 upon s into s plus 1. Again we can see the factors are linear, different. Hence we can write this as a upon s plus b upon s plus 1. So by doing the cross multiplication we get a into s plus 1 plus b into s upon s into s plus 1. So by cancel out the common term we get 2s plus 1 is equal to a into s plus 1 plus b into s. Okay. Now first we put s equal to 0. Then we get a as 1. Then we substitute s as minus 1 and we get the value for b as 1. Okay. So finally I am getting partial fraction as 1 upon s plus 1 upon s plus 1. And hence inverse Laplace of 2s plus 1 upon s into s plus 1, that will be inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 1. So inverse Laplace of 1 upon s is 1 and inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 1 is e raised to minus t. So inverse Laplace is 1 plus e raised to minus t. Okay. So that is the inverse Laplace. Now see one more example. Again here we are going to use the partial fraction, but since denominator is having quadratic irreducible factor, hence we can write partial fraction as a upon s plus 4 plus bs plus c upon s square plus 9. Then we do the cross multiplication and we get this term. Okay. Then after cancelling the common denominator we get equation as 27 minus 12s equal to a into s square plus 9 plus bs plus c into s plus 4. Now we are going to substitute s as minus 4. So when we substitute s as minus 4 in equation 2, we get the value for a. A will be 3. Then we are going to substitute s as 0 in equation 2. And substituting s as 0, we get the value for c. C is 0. And then we substitute s as 1, a is 3 and c as 0 in second equation. And then we get the value for b as minus 3. So after getting a, b and c value, we will substitute that value in partial fraction. Then we get partial fraction as 3 upon s plus 4 plus minus 3s plus 0 upon s square plus 9. So we can write this as 3, this is same as 3 upon s plus 4 minus 3s upon s square plus 9. So inverse Laplace will be inverse Laplace, 3 is constant. Okay, 3 is constant, so 3 will come outside. So that will be 3 inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 4, then minus 3 constant inverse Laplace of s upon s square plus 9. 9 means 3 square and 4 means 2 square, right? So that is equal to 3. Now inverse Laplace of 1 upon s plus 4. This is the Laplace of e raised to minus 4t. Then minus 3. S upon s square plus 3 square. This is plus s square plus 3 square. So that will be cos 3t. Okay. So inverse Laplace is 3 e raised to minus 4t minus 3 cos 3t. You can take 3 common. So 3 into e raised to minus 4t minus cos 3t. This is the inverse Laplace transform. So with this, I am concluding this example video of inverse Laplace transform. Thank you, students.